I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is the last of the requests for Guillermo. Thank you so much once again for your generous donation. I really appreciate it. If anyone wants to request pretty much any type of video within reason, you can either, whether it be movie topic, review, whatever, you can request it directly to my PayPal or join me on my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. If not, no worries, but if so, thank you. And this one is for a film called The Taking of Deborah Logan, which is a found footage type of movie, but actually pretty decent. I rather liked this one. I was fairly pleasantly surprised. The gist of the plot is this documentary crew is looking at this Alzheimer patient to study the effects of this disease. So they get in contact with the daughter, and they're talking to her, and she's talking to them about her mother. And the daughter accepted this documentary crew coming in because they need the money and they need help. If they don't get the money, then the house is going to be up shit creek. That's why this documentary is able to do this. And the actors did their jobs well. I liked the lady that played the daughter character. I really got a blue-collar vibe with her, which I enjoyed. She was definitely one of the best characters in the movie. I forget the actress and the lady that plays Deborah Logan's daughter, one of our main characters. And then the lady who played Deborah Logan herself, the Alzheimer patient, seems like a sweet lady. And the daughter's trying to deal with this. And you really get this sense of frustration and sadness dealing with this disease. So it really gives a little bit of pathos, a little bit of nice dramatic hook into the proceedings. And then weird things start happening. And then you're thinking, of course you know it's not, because it's the fucking movie, and the post, it's going to deal with some kind of possession thing. There's a lot of fucking movies of found footage deal with possession or similar tropes. But it's understandable why at first they're thinking it's Alzheimer's. So at least there's an option where, well, why are they not automatically thinking supernatural? Because of this real disease. Or so they think it's this disease. So this lady will also attack a guy with a knife. That guy will be seen digging. Or they look at video footage and really looks like she jumped on the counter, but there's no in between of her jumping. She just appears on the counter. Or this old switchboard that Deborah Logan worked at years and years starts turning on by itself. At one point, even pukes fucking earthworms. And then the doctor's trying to have the rational explanation, the rationale behind it. And I love that the daughter is like, what the fuck? Really? Really? I really bought into her character. I actually do want to get the actress's name. She deserves to be mentioned. And the documentary crew are 3 people. The lady, the Asian lady, she was fine. She got a little bit on my nerves in the third act. A little bit too... But she wasn't horrible or anything. Like, for the most part, to deal with her, but I didn't sometimes get the cast. Jill Larson plays Deborah Logan, the Alzheimer patient. Oh, funny, Anne Ramsay. Not that Anne Ramsay from Throw Mama from the Train. This is a different Anne Ramsay. What else has she been in? Oh, she was in the 2001 Planet of the Apes. She was in that film Bombshell from 2019. That's not who I think it is it? Okay, no, I'm thinking of someone else. Okay, she had a big role in Critters 4. I think the only time we saw her was like on a computer screen. I was thinking of the girl in Critters 3. I'm like, what? No, Critters 4. Huh. So she had a tiny role in Critters 4. It's really not much. But she did a good job as Sarah Logan. Michelle An as Mia. Again, at times she'd be like, eee. But like I said, in the third act. But she was alright. I didn't mind the 2 other guys who worked with the documentary crew. Finally, I was asking about this in Hell House LLC. I said, man, why can't there be a film where a guy just says fuck it and leaves? And one of them does. Like, one of the guys does the smart thing and fucking leaves, and we never see him again because he left. Not only did he leave the premises, he left the fucking movie. Not in reality, he didn't leave it, but like, finally a character does a smart thing and says, no, this is too fucking weird, I'm gone. And not leave and come back. Not leave and you find he's dead. No, as in he fucking leaves. Thank you. Someone did a smart thing. Thank you, movie. I appreciate that. And I just thought that the performances were really well done. It was really interesting to see this juxtaposition of the Alzheimer's disease mixed in with, I like the premise of the film, and then more and more with his possession. The story was interesting to me. Just made me wonder what is actually going on. What is actually the cause behind this? Yeah, Bryan Singer is one of the producers, and all intents and purposes, everything I've heard about Bryan Singer is that he's a piece of fucking pedophile shit. I don't know any 100% proof on it, but you hear enough shit, you kind of wonder. Oh, this is the same person that directed Escape Room and Insidious: The Last Key. Huh. I didn't mind Escape Room for what it was. Thought it was a time waster. I know my friend Michael Keane hated it. I didn't hate the film, but I would say I like this better. Getting more into spoilers starting now. The whole way you find out is this ritual where it's supposed to be this guy needed to kill 5 kids to try to live forever. He only killed 4. And I like the sort of mystery and where the daughter Sarah Logan and the documentary leader Mia, and I think the last guy is, I want to say Luis. Because the other guy said fuck you, left. They find this dead body wrapped in cloth in the attic and have to burn it. But then crazy shit happens, and it leads to a chase into the caves, where the possessed Deborah Logan is taking this little girl. And this really crazy fucking scene that you don't expect, spoilers, is they turn the corner, and you see this motif of a snake throughout the entire film. Which makes sense then, where they turn, and the mother, Deborah Logan, his mouth is over the girl's head like a fucking snake, like an anaconda would do. And then when scene pulls out, it's like, ooh, shit. Now, the only issue I have is the ending. Now, it's not an ending that's typical. It's not an ending where everybody dies or anything. No. They stop Deborah. She gets taken in. They say she's unfit for trial. The daughter, Sarah, is fine. The documentary crew are fine. I think the sheriff got killed, but that's pretty much it. I think her deputy got hurt as well. But then you get the idea that because this little girl has these weird, creepy looks, that the ritual was successful. The soul went from Deborah Logan to this little girl. So this guy, Desjardins, whatever the hell his name is, he was successful. And now on her 10th birthday, this little girl was possessed as well. So I would have just preferred, call it the more boring ending, sure, but just, yeah, everything's fine. They won, they succeeded. I just had this sad portion be that Deborah Logan, it's out of her body, but sadly her body's been wrecked beyond repair mentally and physically, that she's going to be stuck in this home forever. Or she's unfit for trial, and so she's committed forever. I think that would have been enough of a push for the ending. To me, the whole, the just, it's not typical for found footage, because found footage is typical that everybody dies. That wasn't the case here, so that's why it didn't make me as mad. It didn't make me as upset or as angry or any of that sort. It's more like, oh, yeah, okay. So now the ritual is completed. Now the guy has control of the little girl's body. Fuck. That's my only issue with it. Just to me, that's also another cliche too. And not one that I prefer. Because there's cliches you like, cliches you don't. This is one I don't. So, that very end, I didn't. All the other characters are fine and good, and maybe now Sarah Logan, the character I like the most, she will be able to live her own life now that her mom, Sally, is committed, but she doesn't have that burden on her shoulder. But yeah. Other than the very, very end, I enjoyed a lot of this movie. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the little mystery behind it. Figure out what was going to happen next. I thought the actors did their jobs very well, especially the ones who played Deborah and Sarah Logan. Most of the documentary crew I didn't mind. Again, Michelle An as Bia in the third act. A little bit too much of that, but other than that, the acting I thought was solid all around. The direction was fine. The setup of them studying this Alzheimer patient does bring issue to Sally, a real cause. This disease, which is a horrible disease I don't wish on anyone, even my worst enemy. And overall, I think this is one of the better found footage documentary, how you want to call it, fake documentary, whatever you want to call it. This is one of the better ones. Even though I wasn't a big fan of the ending, it didn't do the typical... It did a different typical, not the typical you expected this kind of movie. It did another typical, which is less offensive than the other one, in just my opinion. And I wouldn't say I was ever scared. I was ever creeped out, but I was interested. and was having a bit of fun with it. And yeah, overall I did enjoy it. I did enjoy this flick. Pleasantly surprised. At least for 99% of it. And then the very end, I'm like, but it was like, but yeah, Adam Robitel, which is the first film he directed, not a bad job, man. Not a bad job at all. I did like this film. So thanks for watching. Thank you once again, Guillermo. Bump the microphone. Thank you for your generous donation. I really appreciate it, Guillermo. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. We will see you guys later. Bye-bye.